Hello everyone, this is Shooter. How is my microphone working? Okay, it was off. Hello everyone, this is Shooter Fantasy. Today we're going to be doing some game development. More specifically, I'm going to be working on some single player gameplay for my current game project, Project NOR. We're going to I'll show you guys what state it's in right now. And the idea is to get it closer to a state of being fun to play. So, yeah, let's get right into that. Oh, that's not where I want to be at all. Get out of those. I should have closed everything I didn't want to accidentally get into beforehand. Okay, anyway. So. Let's get started. Let's run the game. Oh, my audio interface is starting to act up. Crap. Okay, hopefully it doesn't get too bad. Otherwise I have to restart my computer to fix the audio.
Experiment has begun. Capture the opponent's flag.
Okay. So you got thrown in by a ship. And we are going to hop out of it. And I'll make this bigger actually. Come on. There we go. That way it's easier to see. Right now we've got 3 different enemy types in here. I'll play around with this one.
Your access to this location is unauthorized.
I'm just gonna keep hiding behind this wall.
Say hello to my little friend.
And then right now I'm just trying to see if I can break it.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, one thing it'll do is before it fires at the player, it'll telegraph it's about to start shooting at the player by saying a one-liner.
Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, I got another enemy by accident. Or on it, yeah.
One more point for drone.
Disappointing. I am evidently your presence is unauthorized. Your presence
Crap, it fell for bait.
disappointing. I am evidently superior.
But yeah, this guy's a telekinetic guy.
I won't hurt you.
Oh shit. He will try to corner you and pull you in close. And you'll see this little kind of circular area up here. And if you get caught in that, you'll get pulled towards him. So let's just demonstrate what happens if it actually does get to me.
Don't worry. You're in Telekinesis online. Scanning for intruders.
I just realized I really should have it so that when it teleports the player, it should say goodbye. Oh man, why didn't I think of that? I have the dialogue lines recorded. Okay, anyway, then we've got this enemy type. Its only purpose is to get in the player's way.
Embarrassing.
So if I look in any direction, it'll quickly.
Oh, no, it happened again.
It'll quickly get in my way and try and block whatever path I'm going to. Kind of like an annoying kid just not getting out of your way. So, I can deke it out. I can spawn a wall, and it will try to go around it. But it's still following me. Right now, it's also invincible to shots. It's meant to be able to block attacks. But I'll probably make it so EMPs take it down.
So awkward.
Although that distracts it.
Why are you here?
So I've got all these different enemy types. But, there has to be a reason to be playing around with them. So that's what we're going to figure out today.
Where am I?
So,
Project NOI.
what we're going to do... and for some reason there's like a lot of phlegm stuck in my throat. Should make some tea. But, where was I? Right, so, we need to give the player an objective to do. So, what I'm thinking is maybe the player has to grab a key and not have it taken away by these enemy types I just showed off. So the first thing we're going to have to do is make some sort of object to represent the key. I'll have to open up SketchUp. I did make a key at some point, but I don't think I really like how it turned out. But in the meantime, we're gonna make a basic object. We're gonna make a cube to represent our key. So this cube is going to be the key we have to collect. We'll make it look pretty once it works. But usually you worry about how something looks after, you know, it's working properly. And I'll hide this cube away over here. So I just got to go in, go through there, go to that door. Here's the cube. We're going to have to make a script so that this cube will need some sort of logic so that the player can know it's a key. So I'm just going to call this key manager. No, not key manager. Let's just call it the key for now. Actually, I can't rename it later on because Unity. So it's just going to be called key. And Unity's not letting me see what this is called. Come on. Okay. It's being slow. There we go. So we've got the key script attached, and we are now going to make all the other enemy types aware that this key object in fact exists. So right now we've got 3 different enemy types that are currently functional in the game. The plan is to have 4 different enemy types. So maybe we'll get that 4th enemy type working today as well. But the first thing I want to do is get our current enemy types up to speed on the fact that we now have a key object that they should be searching for. And, yeah. Another thing... Oh. Another thing we'll have to do is we'll have to give the key some logic as well. So, if you want to have enemies know about the key, they need to be able to store that, a reference to that key somewhere. So, private key, I guess. And in our start function, we'll just say key is equal to find object of type key. And we're going to copy and paste this code everywhere else. So here's the logic for another enemy type. And we're going to do the same in this other enemy type. And now all the enemy types know about a key. So they will search for this one key that exists in the world and know about it. But now we need to give this key some logic. It needs to be able to detect when a player has touched it. And it'll also need to be able to detect when a detect when it's returned by an enemy. Just gonna pop in here. Here's our key script. It has nothing in it, but we need to know a few different things about the key. Have we been taken? So to know if the key's been taken, we have to add a Boolean value, which is either true or false. So we're going to call this key taken. So if the key has been taken, that'll be true. If it's not taken, it'll be false. We're also going to encapsulate it. But I'm also going to serialize field so Unity can see it. Okay, and then we are also going to have another field. I think this is the interface. Yes. Then iControlled object is a interface that I've made. Basically, it's responsible for making the game understand anything that's controlled by AI or player movement. So basically, anything I program that has to respond to some sort of in-game entity, it responds to every single one of them exactly the same. So if you're a player, it'll interact with you pretty much the same way. If you're an AI player, it'll interact with you the same way. If you're just anything that implements iControlled object, it will be able to interact with items that take advantage of that. But hopefully that didn't sound too alien. It's kind of hard to tell after doing this for like 6-7 years now. Okay. So anywho, I controlled object. I'm just gonna call this detected player. And I'm also going to encapsulate the field. Also, we need a on trigger enter. And we're also going to need a reference to iControlled object. So we don't know what's collided with us. So we're going to just go other dot get component. And basically, if it's, we're going to see if it's of type iControlled object. So get component will try to get this item. Okay, something's wrong here. Oh, right. You have to cast that. So what this line of code is doing is we're trying to get the item that just collided with this cube. So when the player goes and touches this cube, this block of code here gets activated. And the first thing we want to do is see if they are actually a player. Something that we can interact with. If they are, we have to, well, we gotta add some extra logic here, so we also gotta see if this is equal to null. So basically what happens is we're gonna try and get a certain component we want that will let us know that this is a player. If we can't find that component, they're probably not a player, and this is gonna be null. If we did find the player, then, if we did find a player, then this is going to return true, or no. This will have a reference to our player. It won't be null. This code won't get executed. Wait, no. Okay, my brain is all over the place right now. But, okay, we're checking to see that it's not equal to null. So if it's not null, we've got a reference to the player. We definitely know it is a player. So what we're going to do is we're going to set detected player equal to collided item. And now we've got a reference to the player. And also key taken is equal to true. Now, as for the cube, there's a few ways we could go about the cube. We can make it look like a key that we pick up off the floor, or we can make it look like a terminal that we interact with, and the key we have is virtual in terms of like how it's perceived. Kind of like maybe we've got an access code from the terminal instead of a physical object. Although I might go the physical object route. Yeah, going the physical object route seems a lot more interesting. Because then you have a physical object to defend in the world space, which might be more interesting. Okay. So, just for now, we're also going to make it so that if the key has been taken, we want to disappear. Just to indicate that we have been taken by the player, or at least to show that we've been detected by the player. So yeah, there we go. Also, actually, we'll get to the other section later. I'm going to save this. Ah, crap. Okay. We're going to save this. And we actually don't have to be a player to test this code, I don't think. I have an object that I use for baiting AI. So we have this sphere here. And this is just so I can test AI without having to go into the game's main menu, load up a level, and all that stuff. I can just test stuff right here. So it might be funny to see an enemy attacking like a sphere, but it's a quick way to make sure that logic is working.
Stay still while I apprehend you.
Now I want this guy to forget that this cube even exists. So actually, I'm just gonna disable the AI. That seems easiest for now. Actually, we're just gonna disable the telekinetic altogether. So we want to test out that cube we just placed. Where is it? Where'd it go? Okay, what? Oh, we're moving the wrong object. Yeah, we were moving the entirely... Okay, which one of these is the bait that we were moving around? Oh, it's right there. Okay. So we're going to use this to test out our key. Our key's going to respond to this bait item. And if it works, it should disappear. It hasn't... Okay, yep, that worked. So, it disappeared. It detected this thing. And, in fact, let's go to our cube. Yep, key taken. So we know that works. Now the next behavior we want to try and test is when the key is taken, we want all the enemies to be on alert. All the enemies are going to go after the player now. So in a normal circumstance, they only go after you if they detect you, but if you've got the key, all the enemies are going to want to go towards you. Now, we're going to see how difficult that is. We're going to see how crazy that becomes. If it's too crazy, we tone that back a bit. But, ow. But, what I'm going to do is make an event. It's been a while since I made an event handler. And we're going to call this onKeyTaken. So on this trigger thing, we're going to do all this stuff, and onKeyTake, oh wait, yeah. If onKeyTaken is not equal to null, because this will be equal to null if nobody has... Or, I'm going to quickly explain. The way an event handler works is other objects or other parts of code can subscribe to an event handler. And when I trigger this event handler, any script or any AI who is asked to be told whenever I trigger this event, they will have code that they can execute. If nobody subscribed to an event, it'll be null. And if I try to execute the event, it'll fail. It'll make the game crash. We don't want that. So we need to have a null check. And then we are going to go on key taken, this, and then there's really nothing to say there. So right where I drone controller. So now we're going to go through our enemy types again, and we're going to make it so that they will respond to this key being taken by the player. So actually, did we make that public? We forgot to make that public. Okay. So on key taken, and we're gonna have some code that, wait, event handler does not take 0 arguments. What? Okay. Okay, it's been a while since I've done a delegate. Oh, okay. There was my mistake. Okay, so that's good. We're fine there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to add some code. We have some code down below for triggering us when we get into an enemy, or when the player gets into an enemy's view. There's a piece of code here that gets triggered. Here we go, on trigger entered. So we've got this block of code here. And we are going to have to assume that this player is not our own. Okay, we're gonna have to make a new method here. I don't know what to call it yet. I'm going to call it trigger hostility. And, okay, what have we broken? We've broken a ton, okay. Okay, so we're missing a reference to that, so okay, is that all we needed? Okay, so so trigger hostility is going to need a reference to the player. And also trigger hostility key dot detected player. And we are going to also do this. if key is not equal to null, because we might try to find the key that's in the world, but if we don't find it, well, then we're not going to respond to keys. Eventually we might want to be more specific and have it so that it only responds to one kind of key in the world. Right now, we're under the assumption that there's only one type of key in the entire map, but maybe one day there might be more than one key in one map, in which case we will have to manually assign enemies to respective keys. But right now we just want the functionality to work, so we are going to copy and paste this across the other enemy types. Okay, where's our telekinetic? Trigger hostility does not exist in the current context. Yeah, that's correct, it doesn't. We're going to have to copy and paste that block of code as well. As far as I understand, the code is the same. We're just going to copy this first bit, though, because I don't know what variations I've got in each enemy type. Yeah, so some enemy types have more simple stuff, so trigger hostility for this enemy type. So a little less, you know, looks a little less complicated. So there we go, we've got an implementation for this one. And then this one is missing the method. So we're going to also add the same thing here. We're going to take this chunk of code, put it there, put the method here, and it should operate exactly the same as it did before, except now when the key is collected, every enemy type is going to be agitated. So, let's try it out. So the sphere is going to sneak around these guys and not be found by any of them. Okay, we're going to move fast. Uh-oh. There's a drone. You can go right behind it. It sneak right by its nose. We're going to just phase through the wall because I can drag this wherever the heck I want. And this refuses to go through the ground. Oh, never mind. It just has some resistance to going to the ground. Okay. But anyway, we're going to touch this. Oh, you've definitely ticked them off.
I won't hurt you.
What's this guy doing? Why aren't you ticked off?
Should I move?
Don't worry. You're in safe hands.
Okay, so we ticked off some of the AI. Okay, you know what? I think we forgot some code. Those drones were non-reactive. Okay, okay. Right. It was looking for team color. That orb does not have a team color. Okay, we're gonna try this again. This time, every enemy type should be agitated when we get that key.
Please go away.
Is unauthorized.
Oh. Okay, we've got every enemy type now.
Dodge this. Kill.
Am I dead?
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
I'm confused.
Stay still while I apprehend you.
Only some enemy types are getting agitated. Okay. Well, I gotta double check that this code's even happening. I think that one enemy type only responded because it was okay. All the drones should be responding to this. Only one is. Okay. Got this orb. I'm gonna like make it skyrocket across the map. We're gonna make it touch this key. Okay.
You shouldn't be here.
Is unauthorized.
Again?
Is unauthorized.
If you can dodge my shot, then I can dodge anything. I don't remember going to bed here. Say hello to my little friend. Bet you can't dodge this. Be prepared for lasers shooting from my face. I call them facers. I'm gonna kindly shoot at you now. Hasta la vista, baby. Be prepared for laser shooting from my face. I call them facers. Hasta la vista, baby.
Okay, only
Let's see
3
how you handle
enemies
this.
are being triggered by this.
Dodge this.
This is embarrassing.
Oh, was I sleeping? What did I miss?
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Only thing I can think of is this isn't being triggered on every drone. So I'm going. Oh wait. So I'm going to make a boolean called already linked to key. Come on. Okay, well, and tell us, or yeah, Visual Studio is being stupid and not letting us turn that into a field right off the hop. So I'll have to enter that in manually at some point. Okay. Oh wait, we still gotta make that into a... There we go. Now let's try this again. We want every drone to be triggered by this. Not just 3. Or 1, or 2. We want all of them triggered. So, we'll try this again. Now if this doesn't work, I will be at a loss of words. And, completely confused. But right now, what I'm trying to do is destroy as many possibilities as possible. Okay, that drone's been triggered.
Stay still while I apprehend you.
Get a load of this.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. No errors in the console.
Your access to this location is unauthorized.
Presence is unauthorized.
Okay, the same enemy type's being triggered. Okay, has this one been triggered?
Bet you can't dodge this.
No, that one's just going wherever. It's acting like nothing's happened.
Hasta la
Should I
vista,
move?
baby.
Okay, why are you acting like nothing
This is
happened?
embarrassing.
Dodge this.
Okay. We're gonna go a different route. Okay. So So what we're going to do is we are going to go and get a list of every single enemy that exists on the map, which is going to be more resource intensive, but we need this to work. Shit. Oh, we need objects of type. There we go. Okay. For each enemy that's in the entire map, we are going to see if they're of any 3 enemy types. So actually, can I do a switch statement here? Would that work on this? Is that valid for a switch statement? Okay, no, that doesn't work. Okay. So we're going to be doing if statements. So if is a drone, then we'll execute code there. Oh, whoops. Otherwise, if they're a telekinetic, then we'll execute that code. Or, if they are a blocker, then we'll execute code here. So, literally all we're going to do is... Okay, where's the trigger hostility? Oh, wrong script. So we're going to make these public now. So, hopefully regardless of anything, they will be triggered. Oh. Usually you want it so that things are self-managing, but if this key has to be micromanaging every player or every enemy in the map so that they actually reacted to the fact that it was just taken, I guess we got to do it that way. So, okay, why is this again? No. Right, we got to cast it. Quite literally, we can just copy and paste this block of code and cast it to the proper thing. Okay. There we go. This better work.
Why are you here?
Is unauthorized. Presence is unauthorized.
I don't get it.
I'm gonna kindly shoot at you now.
I don't get it. Why are the other drones not being completely... Well,
If you can dodge my shots, you
okay,
can
that one's
dodge
just getting stuck in a
anything.
wall now. Why?
This is embarrassing.
Are they like
Dodge this.
completely broken?
Oh no, it happened again.
Okay, like if I drag this right in front of it,
Be prepared for laser shooting from
okay,
my
well, that triggers it, but...
Facers.
Oh my gosh. So only some of the drones are being triggered
Get a load of
when
this.
the
Hello
key is
to
taken.
My little friend. Please go away.
I can manually trigger them by moving this in front, but
Be prepared for laser shooting from my face. I call them facers. Bet you can't dodge this. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Let's see how you handle this. Let's see how you handle this.
oh my gosh, they all picked the same voice line.
Let's see how you handle this. Be prepared.
If you can
for
dodge my
laser
shots,
shooting from my
you can
face.
dodge
I
anything.
call them facers. I'm gonna kindly shoot at you now. Dodge this. Say hello to my little friend. Get a load of this. If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge anything.
Okay, well. Have we really been streaming for an hour now? Dang. But, I don't understand why not all of these are working. So what I'm going to do is put in code to make sure stuff is happening. Oh. I forgot an if statement. Okay, what's this Sonic code for? Oh. Oh. Yeah, this is code that doesn't need to be here. It has code that double checks that it can actually see the player if the player gets into its detection area. Yeah, why isn't... Yeah. Okay, why don't they have this in every other enemy type? Yeah, that should be in the other enemy types. Yeah, can I see them? That's a good line of code to have in there. But not something we need in our code. So what was happening was when we were aggravating the drones, only the drones that could see the player were alerted. Maybe that's a behavior we want at some point, to some degree. Maybe we only want drones within a certain radius. But for right now, that's not what we want. So I'm just gonna comment this code out, because if I found the actual issue now, all the drones should be triggered. They should all go after the player with the other system we just programmed. So our brute force method of getting all the enemies aggravated is no longer necessary. So now, if we touch this, all the enemies should be angry. Oh, yep, I heard them all. Okay, yeah, they are all going after the player. Yep. Oh god. What happened to that? Okay. That's a pathfinding bug if I've ever seen one.
I call them facers. I call them facers. Let's Facers.
Okay, I'm gonna need to find a way to like balance audio between different enemy types. But okay, we know that we're able to trigger all of them. That's good. So touching the key aggravates all of them. One thing I do notice is that the telekinetic is able to pull the player through walls. You should be double checking that the player is not behind a wall. So we are going to go to the part where we actually make a detection area. Okay, where else do we use a raycast here? Further down. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna give it a different name then. So, got this. We're going to need to actually put in a closing bracket so that this isn't broken. Now we're going to see, or we're going to double check that the telekinetic can't pull the player through walls, because we don't want that. So once we've got all of that, once we've confirmed that that works, we're going to actually jump into the game as the player and see how it all feels. But first we're just going to move this bait around.
Your presence is unauthorized.
Okay, so we're going to put this all the way over
Please
there.
go away.
Okay, we ticked off another enemy. But all that matters is that the telekinetic is not...
Stay still while I apprehend you.
Yeah, so notice that the moment we're not in its presence, it stops trying to pull the player now.
Bet you can't dodge this.
Avoid me forever.
So that's... Okay, that's good. That works. That's fine. What we're going to do now is go into the game. Make sure everything's working, but I'm going to double check my code. Make sure there's no chance for a bug. Actually, no, there's one thing I want to fix. Yeah, no, we're good. So, we're going to go into the main menu. We're going to test how this works. And if it works, then part 2 is making it, or adding functionality so that we can actually defend the key. And also making it so that the enemy types can take the key away from us.
Project NOR. Experiment has begun. Capture the opponent's flag.
Okay. I was distracted for a moment. But we're going to test out our... We're going to test out taking keys away from the enemies. So, we're going to take the one key that's in the map and aggravate every single enemy in the map. So, I gotta remember where I put it. There's multiple ways to get to it. Oh wait, I think this is the right place. I think I went through the right way. Yes, okay. So we're gonna touch it. Okay. So here comes the reckoning. I gotta try and survive. Okay, that one's gonna... Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Anything.
Stay still while I apprehend you.
Oh god.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother... why are you here? I shouldn't finish that. I'm I call it Facer.
I'm gonna need some more walls.
You cannot avoid me forever.
Yes, I can.
Anything.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Anything. Facer. Did I party too hard?
I got a lot of audio balancing
Load of this.
Don't worry.
and other stuff ahead of me. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Let's see how you handle this.
I should have maximized this.
Stay still while I apprehend
Why are you here?
Get away from me.
You can dodge my shot. Anything.
I am hiding.
Oh, was I sleeping? What did I miss?
Oh crap, I left the gap. I left the gap.
You can dodge my shot. Anything. Facer. Be prepared. Say hello to my little friend. I call him Facer.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, they stack on top of each other. Oh no. That means I can shoot above my wall. Well, you know what? Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Let's see how you use this for my face. I call them Facer.
Uh-oh.
One more point for dragons. Bet you can't dodge this. Shoot at you now.
I can't. Why are... Am I not able to do EMPs on this floor? Oh no. Hey, there's something wrong with this floor. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to run. Oh, there's a telekinetic. Oh, there's a huge tower of drones. What have I done?
Surge protection disengaged.
Say hello, see how you handle this. Bet you can't dodge this.
No, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, what happened to all the drones?
If you can dodge my shot, you can dodge anything. Shoot at my head. You can dodge anything. Facers. Let's see how you handle this.
I'm gonna stun a bunch of them.
You're too slow. Can we agree that you just can't see the workout, though? You missed. Hey, stop, baby. Where am I? Say hello to my little friend. Party was I don't remember going to bed here. You can't dodge this. You can't dodge this. I'm gonna kindly shoot at you, mother. Oh, I shouldn't finish that. Wait, what was I doing again? Hasta la vista, baby.
Okay, one of these drones is stuck on top of a thing. Okay, this...
Whoa! You almost hit me with that. Bet you can't dodge this. I'm a little teapot short and stout.
Oh no, the blocker got stuck on top of a wall too. That's no good. Okay, I don't know what makes the enemies get stuck on top of these. They should not be allowed up there to begin with.
Be prepared. for lasers shooting from my face. I call them facers.
I think I'm going to add some sort of failsafe where if they're in a position for way too long, then they're just going to teleport to their original position.
Dodge this.
Because, I don't know how to deal with that bug. So, that should be something easy to do. So, let's see. So every enemy type I've got has some code for trying to get itself unstuck. The first thing it does is it disables its AI and re-enables its AI, because sometimes that snaps it out of whatever loop, or it gets it out of, it snaps itself out of whatever's causing it to stay in one spot. But when it gets stuck on top of those areas, it's just inevitably stuck there. So, okay, where's the part where okay, stuck detection? Okay. There we go. We're gonna make another integer for counting how many times it's had to try and activate stuck detection. Okay, here's our stuck detection. Oh. So, I'm going to say if our stuck detection activation count is greater than 3, then we'll probably do some, or we'll activate some code that just resets us to our original position. And I'm going to attach that to the patrol path, so don't know what happened there. And we're going to copy and paste this code. The drone doesn't have stuck detection? I never... Yeah, it does. Oh, well. I'm also going to set that to 0, because you don't want it teleporting all the time. And the telekinetic, do we have stuck detection for the telekinetic? Yes, we do. Okay. Well, I am going to quickly get some food and refill my water. So, I will be right back. In the meantime, I'll play some music for you guys. Okay, I'm back. So, game development. We were... Oh right, we just added an update to our stuck detection. If somehow we get an enemy stuck, for whatever reason, it'll teleport back to where it was before.
Experiment has begun. Capture the opponent's flag.
Okay, so we are once again going to tick off every enemy type in the game, because we can. So, again, this will be rather annoying. So, actually desktop audio is pretty cranked down though. Oh. I think I went to the wrong door. Oh God. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Uh-oh.
To be here?
Uh-oh. If I get cornered here, I won't be able to go anywhere.
Not more.
Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere. I am not getting anywhere now.
It happened again.
Where am I? Whoa! Ho! Why are you here?
I've got some massive balancing to do. Oh gosh.
Be prepared. Say hello to my little friend. Anything. Facer. Dodge this. Say hello to my little friend. Be prepared for lasers shooting from my face. I call them facers. Dodge this. Say hello to my little friend. Be prepared for lasers shooting from my face. I call them facers. My shot too hard. You can dodge anything. Going to bed here. Bet you can't dodge this. to my little friend. Dodge this. Say hello to my little friend.
Okay.
For lasers shooting from my face. I call them. If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge anything.
Okay, some of these enemies are obviously stuck and they're not moving.
If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge anything. What's happening? Where am I going? Ah! I'm gonna kindly shoot at you now. Bet you can't dodge this. If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge any. Dodge this. Dodge this. Am I dead? Dodge this.
Okay. Oh,
You should dodge my shots. You can dodge anything. If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge anything. Oh, was I say hello to my little friend? If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge anything. If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge anything. I'm gonna kindly shoot at you now.
yeah, that blocker is definitely stuck.
Hasta la vista, baby. I'm gonna kindly shoot at you now. Get a load of this. If you can dodge my shots, you can dodge anything. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. I'm gonna kindly shoot at you now. Bet you can't dodge this. Say hello to my little friend. Be prepared for lasers shooting from my face. I call them facers. Say hello to my little friend.
I'm going to change that to greater than
I'm
or
gonna
equal to.
kindly shoot at you now. Hasta la vista, baby. Bet you can't dodge this.
Project NOR. Hello there. My name is Hatsune, also known as the Automated Test of Security Artificial Intelligence Network Apparatus. I was deployed by Elitotech Industries on March 3rd of 2052 to oversee all experiments and provide contextual information.
party too hard? I don't remember going to bed here.
Surge protection disengaged.
Here is unauthorized.
I'm a little teapot short and stout.
Did I party too hard?
Anything. I call them facers.
I call them facers. Again? Why are you shooting from my face? I call them facers. Facers. I call them facers. You shouldn't please go away. Laser shooting from my face. I call them. Did I party too hard? I don't remember going to bed here. I call them facers. For laser shooting from my face. I call them facers.
Okay, we're gonna see if we can take them all out in one go.
Oh no.
Get a load of this.
It happened again.
Be prepared. Bet you can't dodge this. Did I party too hard? I don't remember going to bed here. Bet you can't dodge this.
So that one's definitely stuck.
Be prepared for laser shooting from my face. I call them facers. What's happening? Where am I going? Ah! You missed. Did I party too hard? I don't remember going to bed here.
I'm so sorry. Should I move?
Whoa! I'm leaving? So long, suckers! Wait, where am I going? What's happening? Where am I going? Ah!
Okay. So, we've been streaming for nearly 2 hours. We've got some basic stuff working. We've got the a key that we can touch. It disappears and every enemy ends up getting ticked off. But I want to take a break and give my brain some time to warm up again. So, thank you for those of you who watched. If you like my live stream, feel free to like it. And if you want to keep up with my future videos and or live streams, feel free to subscribe and click the bell notification icon. I also do have a Patreon for those of you who feel inclined. That's in the description down below. And with that all said, I'll see you guys next video or live stream, whichever comes first.